Welcome back to another module of your Tapping for Weight Loss Masterclass. I'm Carol Look, and we have another very important topic, which is cravings and food plans. You can have the best food plan in the world, and if you have a craving, if you bump into a craving, you'll fall off the food plan. Here's what we know about cravings. They are emotional. They feel chemical, they feel urgent. You feel like when you have a craving for potato chips or chocolate or something, you have to have it. But if you could back up and understand that it's a buildup of stress that makes you think you need that food, that makes you have a sudden overwhelming craving for something, then you're halfway there. So cravings sometimes come when you're bored. Sometimes they come when you need entertainment. Sometimes you get cravings because you want to avoid something that's actually a procrastination. But stress is what triggers them. Now, you may have to unpack that a lot before you realize that it was stress at work. You just think you're actually hungry for a candy bar at 3 o'clock. You're not. It's actually stress that is creating this craving in your physiology. Now, what's the big deal about cravings? They are outrageously annoying because they're often irresistible. And I want to help you be able to resist them. If any of you have a food in the house that you're trying to lose the cravings for, you're trying to resist, it's there anyway, so it's not like you're going out to buy it, go ahead and get it and hold it or have it on the table in front of you, and you can use that as a prop for the cravings tapping. Again, food plans are great because it's good to know where you're going, and it's good to have some do's and don'ts are okay. I can't eat gluten, not because of weight, but because it makes me completely swell up. So I have a sensitivity to it. It's good to know so I don't have that much gluten. Once in a while I do. So food plans are okay. It's more important to understand that you don't want to be rigid. When people get too rigid about their food plan, and I know a lot of people like rigidity, it makes them feel good, like they're helping themselves, you can bounce back pretty badly. You can rebel pretty badly. Sometimes you're having cravings, you're convinced it's about the potato chips, and it's because you're trying to rebel. We often feel deprived when we don't get what we want. We feel deprived, we feel controlled, and we want a voice of rebellion. And sometimes having a craving and eating the food that you think you want, that you know is not good for you at all and will knock you off your plan, that's what the reaction is, rebellion. Okay? So again, if those of you who have a food in the house and you think, hey, let's try it for chocolate or potato chips or something, go ahead and get it and use that as your prop. Okay. The rest of you, I want you to think of a food that feels literally irresistible or a craving you've had recently that you just couldn't stop. And I want you to think about that, and I want you to think, feel, and know, how does that feel in your body and your mind? What does that feel like to you? You know, I had a client who said, I'm jonesing for the chocolate. That was her phrase. That's what happened. Okay? See if you can get the feeling of the craving, or again, those of you, if you're smelling something, seeing something, picturing something, see what level you go up to on the 0 to 10 point scale. Are you really a 10? If you're a 10, you might be opening the bag right now. Are you an 8? Are you a 6? Okay, tap along with me, repeat after me. Even though I have this intense craving right now, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I have this intense craving for that food right now, I deeply and completely love and accept myself anyway. Eyebrow point. I really want to have it. Please don't tell me I can't have it. I have this intense craving for that food right now. I have this incredible craving and I want it now. I have this deep craving for that food and I want it right now. Please don't take it away from me. I have this really deep craving and I want it right now. I can feel the craving throughout my whole body. Good. Take a deep breath. Measure the image, the picture, or the real food in front of you, or the idea of it. How does it feel? Some of you will be quite shocked with what happens, how fast it goes down. I did a workshop on cravings and weight loss, and a woman finally got her craving for donuts. We had donuts in the workshop. Finally got it down from like a 9 to a 2, and she went, uh-oh. And I said, what? And the whole class said, what's going on? What's the problem? She said, it's not about the donuts, is it? You're right. It's not about the food. It's not about what it is. It's about your stress relief, your emotions you're afraid to address, your lack of safety, all the topics we've talked about. Some of you get overwhelmed in your life, at work and at home, and that creates a craving. Okay? Go back to the number, go back to the food or the image, see what it's doing. How high is that? Do you feel like you can resist it? A lot of times that happens, people say, oh, okay, I'd still like it, but I'm not a 9 or a 10. Other people say, it doesn't appeal to me at all. Other people understand, oh, I'm not even hungry. Why would I want that? But if you slow down the brain with the tapping, you can start to get to the real issue and the real reasons. What I say to people is, please don't wait until you're on your way to Dunkin' Donuts before you start tapping, because you'll never tap. You'll never tap, and it won't work because the train has already left the station. It's like the old joke when they say, don't go to the grocery store when you're hungry, because you'll buy things you don't even want and plenty of things that aren't good for you. So do this before every meal. Do this once in the afternoon, once in the morning. Do the tapping on cravings when you're not a 10, when you're a 5 and you can feel it coming on and you want to reduce that and feel more comfortable. Okay? So remember, the name of the game is we want to get you feeling calm and settled and safe without the craving, without the binge eating, without eating too much that makes no sense to your body. And the calmer you are by reducing your stress levels, by addressing all the emotional conflicts in your life, safety, protection, overwhelm, visibility, standing out, all of that, then you start to live your life without the need to stuff it with the food, to eat extra meals, to eat when you're not hungry, to eat out of boredom and distraction. That's what we want, and as you do that, of course, the pounds come off. Okay, we'll do one more for cravings. Start here. Now you can take the same food if it's still high enough in your mind, with the picture, with the real food if you want, or think of something else. What happens is when an issue goes from a 9 down to about a 5 or a 4, it doesn't have your attention in the same way, and you can get distracted and start thinking of something else. If you had a craving for one kind of food and it got so low that you can't focus on it, pick another food. And remember, behind every craving is stress. Behind every craving is anxiety, stress, fear, concerns, conflicts, but because you have a body that's used to overeating food, the craving is what happens. If you've ever talked to somebody who doesn't have cravings, they seem like a foreigner to you, I'm sure, but some people never have cravings. Here we go. Get a new number if you need to, if you're getting a new food or something new that you feel is agitating your system and you want to eat it. Even though I still have this really big craving and I want that food now, I deeply and completely love and accept myself anyway. Even though I still have this really big craving, I feel like I have to have it. I accept who I am and how I feel. Eyebrow point. I'm really craving that food right now. I really want to have it. I feel like rebelling and having it. I really want to have that food right now. I feel like rebelling and having it. I can really feel that craving right now. And that's okay. I'm allowed to have cravings anytime I want. Deep breath. That's a form of giving yourself permission. You know, a lot of diet plans have a cheat day. If you want a cheat day, do it. If you want to indulge your craving, go ahead and do it. It's okay. The point is, what are you going to do with your emotions afterwards? Do you feel upset? Are you mad at yourself? Do you feel upset that you did it and didn't do the tapping. Whatever it is, tap on that. We're not going to be perfect. We're not trying to be perfect. We're going in the right direction is what we want. Okay, let's do one more tapping round. I'll skip this, the side of the hand, and we'll just talk about being calm without the extra food. See what that does to you. Some people, as I said, they reject positive statements. Some people have even felt offended by them, like, don't say that, you know that's not true. Some people think it's kind of corny and doesn't fit. It doesn't matter what your reaction is. Do what works for you. The basic tapping, here and naming the problem here and releasing it and breathing and seeing how you feel about it, that works wonders. So you don't have to get fancy with the language. You don't have to shift it around. Do what works for you, but follow the basics. So now we'll do something a bit more positive right here. I don't have to have that craving. I don't have to have that food. I don't have to call it a treat. I can have it if I want to. But right now I don't want to. Right now I feel better just being calm. I love that I have this ability to calm myself down now. I appreciate who I am, and I don't have to use that food to calm me down. Eyebrow. I'm releasing the cravings, and it feels so good. I'm releasing the cravings, and it really feels good. I love feeling calmer without all that extra food. I love feeling better and calmer. I appreciate how hard I'm working at this, and I don't need all that extra food. I'll have it if I want to. But I feel better about myself, and I feel good about it right now. Good. Deep breath again, and measure again if you need to, and think about that. Remember, what we're trying to do with food or any other substances is calm ourselves down. If you no longer have the food and you don't have a tool to calm yourself down, you'll be agitated. So what we're doing is putting down all the extra food, but replacing it with this wonderful tool that makes you feel better, feel more calm, feel more at ease in your life, even when stress is going on. We're not going to not have stress at work or at home. So we want to have a tool that overall makes us feel better, makes our nervous system feel more content and calm, so we don't need to resort to whatever behavior it is, in this case, overusing food to soothe ourselves. Great, thanks for tapping along. I'll see you in the next module.